So, should dog owners be forced to keep dogs on leads in public spaces? Police are appealing for help identifying the owner of a dog believed to have killed a deer in Richmond Park, southwest London. Now, I haven't seen this film before. Is the dog going to kill the deer as we watch this? Is this what happens, or what? It's just going free, and it's okay. So I think we are watching this, and the dog is properly hunting the deer. And where's the damn owner? Officers said the deer was fatally attacked. So, bad news. And not the first incident involving a tearaway dog. Some councils are reportedly considering stricter rules for dog owners as a result. And of course, we've talked about farmers. Farmers live in fear of a dog attack on their flock. So what about just saying, look, if a dog's not on a lead in public, you're doing something wrong? Are you a dog owner?
Yeah, I've got two Westies, and I live in the countryside, and they're frequently off their lead. Obviously when there's no sheep around.
Yeah.
And they're very well trained. Maybe Teddy not as much, but
you don't want to be on a. I mean, there's a good example. Those are your three. So you don't want to have them.
Yeah, that's my daughter's dog as well.
I was going to say you've forgot a dog. You don't want to have them on a lead when you're walking in the country, do you?
No.
Because that is a bit of a bore.
I mean, they'd hate it if they were on a lead permanently, frankly.
Henry?
In parks, I would say so, particularly if there's children around. I've seen many incidents. I'm often in my local park, Brockwell Park, and you see people with small dogs sometimes being confronted by people with big dogs which are out of control, and often they're off the lead, and the owner or the dog has no recall, which means it doesn't respond immediately. The owner calls its name.
Yeah.
And you think to yourself, well, why is this still happening? And I'm pleased that some councils have decided to do something about it, including Tower Hamlets in East London. It's going to introduce strict new rules on where dogs, pets can be walked, and they're talking about all dogs. And given what we've just seen, that incident in Richmond Park, that's not the only time we've seen something like that. And there was a very terrible incident as well. I think it was in Hyde Park, was it last year, where a mounted police officer on a horse was almost thrown from the horse because of a couple of very, very savage, I don't know what kind of breed of dog they were, and the owner simply couldn't do anything. We've seen terrible incidences. Dog attacks on human beings increased by, 20% in the last year. So clearly something is going wrong.
Yeah.
See, in Battersea Park, where I live, most dogs are off the lead. Yeah. Most dogs, they're just...
Are they allowed to be there, right? Or not?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I think, I suspect, sorry, it's very London-focused, this on our London parks, but I think Richmond Park has massive signs about keep dogs on leads. They're not messing around.
Benson, the guy
Fenton.
screaming. Fenton! As he was
that was
running,
one of the first
just...
memes. I think that might have been 10 years ago,
Yeah, was it?
And it was a guy, we might even see if we can find that film. He was just shouting, Fenton! Fenton! And his dog was out of control.
He was running through Richmond Park.
Well, maybe he should have designated area where Fenton and his buddies can run.
I don't
designated
think so.
Areas.
I completely disagree because, if you go to France, they have a very almost unspoken etiquette about dogs. Dogs go into restaurants with you. You see them sat at tables. They can go anywhere in public. But they are, you are a social pariah if you don't have your dog under control.
But they have a lot of dog poo on the streets in France, more than us.
They do, and I don't like that. Yeah,
No.
we tend not to have that. And we're really, where I live in the countryside, we're really strict about people picking up their dog poo.
It's working, yeah.
But, it's kind of, I think we should be more tolerant of dogs. It's us, the owners.
Look at the results.
It's us, the owners. It's the individuals who need to know more and understand more about taking responsibility for their pets. It's a lack of responsibility.
But Paul has been saying this for years, and it hasn't changed. In fact, it's gone backwards. It's gone the other way.
OK, Paul is in Cardiff. Are you a dog owner, Paul?
Yes, I am. I used to work on the parks. I was a park ranger for many years.
Right.
And I used to see the owners leaving their dogs off the leads and chasing the squirrels and killing the squirrels. And I had to pick the squirrels up after they killed them. And little kids was watching happening, what's going on, and they were upset about what's going on. So yes, most dogs should be on leads while they're in the public park. I think they
and
should
streets
be.
probably as well. I mean, obviously not when you're walking in the countryside like Nadine, but if you're not on a farm. But on streets, you think as well?
On streets, yes, as well as certain streets, yes, because I got a little dog. He's 16 years old now, and he's been attacked by the big dogs walking through the streets, and I'm scared sometimes, and I want to take him out now. This dog could come again and attack him, and he's 16, and he's blind, and he's deaf, so... and they still go to attack him. And no, it's not fair. And things should be changed on dog owners. I agree. All dog owners should have on leads all times in public spaces.
Thank you, Paul, very much. I mean,
So
Storm has a very small dog, and my constant fear is that another dog will eat it.
So you know, I took my youngest daughter's totally blind dog out for a walk yesterday afternoon in Battersea Park, and it was amazing how many big dogs came over to her straight away. And because she can't see them, she will yelp if they come up and sniff her. And I got really kind of like quite uncomfortable because I was saying to owners, she's blind, she can't see, could you take her... She's got a harness that says I'm blind over it. And the amount of owners who called their dogs and whistled them, and they just didn't go back to them.
They don't. Well, the thing is, dogs, well, they could be trained and they'll come as long as they haven't got anything better to do. So when you're training them, it seems like the dog is incredibly obedient. Once it gets distracted by your daughter's blind dog, it's a different story.
Well,
Charlotte
it's called prey drive, isn't it? Our Springer has a prey drive, and when she's gone, so she's never off the lead.
Yeah. Charlotte in County Durham, hello.
Hello.
Have you got a dog, Charlotte?
I have, and I love dogs and I love all animals, and I'm a vegetarian. I won't eat them. And so I'm very sad to hear about the deer because, you know, that upsets me. However, it's cruel to dogs to expect them to be on a lead all of the time. My dog, when he is walking out around the streets and on his way to the field where I exercise him, is always on a lead, mostly for his own safety, because I don't want him to go out into the road and get hit by a car. Actually, he was attacked by a neighbour's dog out the front, but I said to the owner, I said, can you, please keep your dog on a lead when he's out the front.
And what did the owner say?
She said, yes, she would do that.
Oh.
But then again, I did see the other day when I wasn't with my dog, I was coming back from the shops and he was out there not on a lead, so I was a bit disappointed.
Okay.
And it's,
no, good, Charlotte, good point. It's the good, thank you so much. The good dog owners will comply with this. Yeah. You're still left with the yobs.
I know.
The yob owners.
You've got to make things as difficult as possible for the people who don't care.
But I think this guy in Richmond Park, he had his dog off the lead. He should not have had that off the lead in the first place.
You know there's deer around.
Yeah.